Here I'll be testing the Nintendo Wii controller, which has the ability to output accelerometer data and button presses as a potential control item in my system, in my dance system. It has a number of advantages over some of the other things that I've tested, in that it's Bluetooth, it's quite compact, it fits in the hand, it's not obtrusive, and because it has a number of buttons on the actual controller that we can map to my system, it could provide really good tactile control for a dancer whilst moving, and could even be used as part of or in combination with other elements such as video capture or other types of data capture. So to connect the system up, all I've done here is used a third-party application called Osculator, OSCulator, which is capturing the data. So if I pick up the Wii controller and I press one of the buttons, you'll see the little indicator lights there on the application. And also if I move the Wii around, you'll see under the acceleration data, you'll see some X, Y, and Z plane movement as I accelerate the Wii controller in my hand. So that's the basic connection that we have. So I'll just put that aside for a sec now. Here is the max patch that is collecting the data. You can see that the data is coming in here, traveling down through this section of the patch here where it's routed, and various it's collecting various information from the Wii controller. For example, if I press button B, you'll notice on my patch that there's a little switching device there, a little LED indicator to let me know that it's actually working, and that this is connected to a value, a number, in this case 36, a MIDI value 36, which is then fed out of the system and either goes to the computer's internal, at this stage the computer's internal synthesizer, or to an external application. So let's turn on the system and see if we can get some sound. So just in terms of the system going directly to the internal synthesizer of this computer, I'll just set that to go to here. Now if I button press, you can hear that I'm getting default piano sound, note number 36. Button A, button B, A, B. Button 2, for example. And that's quite an interesting sound. Now, if I was to connect my controller here to this routing, I'll start to pick up the accelerometer data. And straight away we get sound. One of the issues with the Wii controller is it's very sensitive. So the Wii controller is actually vibrating on the desk here, therefore it's moving. If I pick up the Wii controller, straight away it starts to sense that movement. And then if I flick the Wii controller, I get this crazy chaotic spray of data coming from the Wii controller, which in this case is being sent. These numbers are coming through here and being sent through a scaling object to produce a MIDI value, which then gets sent out to the internal synthesizer as such. Now that's pretty much, that's interesting, but not very usable. So I'll need to do a lot more work on controlling and smoothing that data as it comes in, and working out the best way in which to incorporate that into the actual movement of the dancer. But this test is simply to see if I can get it to work. So perhaps a more musical output would be the following. I'll just disconnect this for a sec, this continuous stream. And what we can actually do is, by using an application like Ableton Live, I can send the data here. So I could send the button presses to this channel, which I could map to a drum sound, and I could send the accelerometer data to something a little bit more sort of synthesized or longer sounds. Let's just try that now. As you can see, I have this data streaming in from the Wii controller into the Max Patch. And now I'm sending the information, the MIDI notes, out into the Ableton Live application. So I have some sounds here. There's my kick drum, and there's my hi-hat or my snare drum played from the buttons A and B on the Wii controller. So quite controllable, quite usable. And then on the second channel over here, I have attached the acceleration data just to a synth patch. So if I bring that synth patch up, volume wise, you'll hear that I have, again, lovely chaotic sounds which I need to resolve, but it is actually working and sending data, and I can do simultaneous things with button presses and movements of the Wii controller. So from this point forward, what I need to do is to refine the way the data is coming into the Max Patch and leaving there, so that in a smooth and controlled way, so I can have more control over what I want the Wii controller to do.